Hi, everybody. Welcome to day 30 of my 30-day Facebook Live Language Facilitation Challenge. I see the sun's a little bit behind me. Hopefully you can see me pretty well. I brought you outdoors. This is actually the view of out my window of the apartment where I live. I'm very fortunate to have this lovely area here. And I'm so excited and celebrating today that I've made it through this 30 days. And hi, Janelle, and Finnisk and Tiffany is here. Thank you so much for joining me on this 30-day challenge. It's been so fun. I can't believe I did it. I get a little teary. I knew I was going to get emotional. I didn't bring a tissue. Hopefully I'll be able to hold it together. Anyway, so for all of you who have watched my videos over this 30-day challenge, it's all been about me reaching out to the world, basically, as many people as possible, to let you know that you are the best language facilitators possible. You as parents are the best ones to teach your kids how to use language. And so I have to tell you a teeny bit of history about how I got to this challenge, because in my life, whenever I do something like this, I take on something big like this, it usually is because the universe has guided me to do it. Now, I'm going to get teary because, you know, I leak if you've seen me before. And that means that the universe is telling me that I'm right. So the universe said, this is how you're going to reach people. This is how you're going to get out there. This is how you're going to tell people about it. And that was my challenge, was to figure out, man, what am I going to talk about for 30 days, you know? And my information comes to me just by ideas that come to my head. And so that's what this was. And then I had the idea of something like that, and then the universe brought me people in the real world. My friend Tammy, who said, you know, go for it. She gave me the encouragement, and I did it. And so thank you, Tammy. And then also some other friends of mine who are doing similar businesses where they're helping people really make big changes in their lives. They're also doing live video, and they're helping their friends learn how to, you know, improve their lives in really profound ways. And so I'm really glad for Christine and Ishi. You know, you guys have always supported my videos, so thank you so much for all of you and joining me to help support. Hi, Stephen. Thanks for joining me. And Brianna. Brianna's seen every single one. You have to be at this one, number 30. Thank you so much. I'm a hot mess. Woo. Okay, getting it together, because the universe says there's more to it. Whenever I finish, thank you. Brianna says congrats. Thanks. So Anna's here too. So basically, okay, getting it together now. I had my emotional moment. All right. So what happens now? I mean, that's the thing. Whenever the universe tells me to do something, I mean, 30 days is a finite period of time. You know, I knew during that period of time getting through, you know, this was my job, is to get out here to tell as many people, you know, and let you know that this is a possibility, that you really are the best language facilitators. And so after this 30 days, what's next? And so the universe said, you know, the other thing that happened behind the scenes while I was doing this 30-day challenge is that I have had some amazing language facilitator parents in my program. In fact, I'm signing 2 more up this week, today and tomorrow. And so I just had my 8th family, my first meeting after their initial plan. Oops, I hope it's not too windy. To find out their initial results. And they made it 8 for 8. 8 families in my program with late talkers between 2 years old and 6 years old have been able to get their kids, who are late talking for all different reasons, by the way. All different kinds of things are going on, each one individually. But each one of those parents has been able to get their kids using words functionally. And my newest family, you know, nonverbal little guy, 10 new words in 2 languages in 1 week. And these are words that he knew in English and learned to speak in a different language. And so the thing is, the universe said at the same time I was challenging myself to bring this information to you and to come up with valuable stuff that can help you understand this. My cat's yelling at me right here. Penny, she's like, what are you doing standing outside the window, Mom? I have to show you because she's so cute. She's right here. There's Penny. Hey, Penny. All right, now I got to rig this back up. That's what live's all about, I suppose. But she's here. She had to join the program. Sorry, chaos. I hope I didn't lose you. All right. Anyway, so behind the scenes, all of these families have had this incredible progress, and faster than I ever could do over 30 years as a speech pathologist. And so, that's what I talked about with my family yesterday. I said, you know what, I figured it out. I know what it takes. I know that it's possible, and I know what it takes. And so I said to the universe, what's next? What's next for me? And they said, day 30 video, which is going to make me cry because it's true, is the video for you. Like, this is the time now that I proved it. Not only have I been here for 30 days showing you that it's a possibility, but families have proven it. All you guys, like I said, I'm so emotional because that's the reason I'm here. It's about you guys. It's about your kids, because the universe has big things planned. All the families in my program, and if you are watching this video right now, the universe tells me to tell people things. And so the universe is telling me to tell you with this video that this is your time, this is your challenge. You can do this. And the universe said that if you're watching this video right now, you're supposed to. And if you're watching the replay, and if you share it with somebody and they're supposed to watch it, this is the video for you. Sorry. Hey, Tammy, I'm getting all emotional, and I was talking about you. I know you just joined me, but you'll have to watch the replay. So now, moving forward, the next challenge is yours. The next challenge is yours. And so here's how I'm able to do that. Here's what the universe says to me to tell you. This is divine timing. This is the timing for this. This 30-day ends here in May, end of May, when school is running out, and many parents out there are going to be without services for the summer. Your kids are going to be out of school. The primary people who have been teaching your kids so far are not going to be in the picture for up to 3 months. And your kids could potentially lose skills, or your kids could potentially gain skills. And the thing that I'm here to tell you is that just like the other families that I've had in the program who have proven that they can do it, that it really is possible, you can have your child be a different child by the time they go back to school. And I wrote down here the messages from the universe is that you could have new goals on your IEP or your education plan. You could have a new class. Your child could be communicating so well between now and fall that you could be looking at a different class. Your child may be able to integrate in with other typically developing kids who have good language. And your kid, your child, your late talker, who now is very limited verbal, could be looking at a new school. Potentially a new opportunity for an educational opportunity, a school that your child maybe previously couldn't get into because they didn't have the functional communication skills they need. You'll be able to teach those skills to your child this summer because I know how to tell you how to do it. So your challenge, if you have a child who meets the criteria, so that's the other thing that's important, is that you understand what the criteria is. The first criteria is you're watching this video, so there's divine timing right there. So if the universe talks to you in some way, if you pray, if you meditate, if you, any higher guidance that you talk to, and I see a lot of love about that, because that's the thing. I know that people aren't here necessarily with me live, and I know that a lot of people are going to see this on the replay. And I haven't even told you who I am yet. My name is Marcy Melzer, and I am an intuitive speech-language pathologist. And if you're watching this Day 30 live video and you think, who is this lady, and this is the first time you've ever seen me, and I'm crying and all that stuff, if you watch the other videos, you know that the universe talks to me, and I help parents learn how to teach their kids. That's all I do. I'm a humble speech pathologist who doesn't work like any other speech pathologist. I know what it takes for parents to be able to teach their kids. I've been doing it for 30 years. And I put together this program, this Waves of Communication program, where I literally find out what's going on right now with the communication and the blockages that are causing your child to not be able to communicate. And I help you to understand how to overcome those blockages, how to get over the block, how to get over the hump, to the point where you are able to use your natural God-given skill as a language facilitator, as a teacher for your child, to be able to teach them language. And my program, the knowledge that I have in my head and the experience that you have in doing the strategies that I give you will give you the ability to be that language facilitator and take your child's communication from where it is now all the way to Chatterboxville. I wish you would be quiet. I can't believe he's talking so much. I wonder why we ever needed speech therapy. And the thing is, you don't need speech therapy. You need to be a language facilitator, okay? Because I did speech therapy, and I helped kids. And speech therapy is great, and speech therapy is a wonderful resource for families. My cat jumped out the window now. She's walking around my feet. The most important thing, like I said, is that you know exactly what to do. And what I do is I give parents the step-by-step, the everything you need. I tell you exactly what you need to be able to take your child from where they are now to communication success. And it happens so fast because you as the parents are used to teaching your kids. Most of the families, in fact, all of the families who've signed on with my program have been tried one kind of therapy or another, with one exception, and that was a family who didn't have access. So that's the thing, is, you know, if you don't have access at all to resources to be able to help your child, I'm able to give you the perfect resource, the way for you to get from point A to point B. But the biggest part, the thing that I can do that speech therapy can't, the thing that you can do, actually, that speech therapy can't, is to help your child overcome their resistance to using words. Most late talkers really don't like trying to say words. And I know how, whoops, there's a bug flew on my screen. I know how to help parents overcome that, because a speech therapist can't. You know, a speech therapist can in a very small period of time inside of a therapy office, but you know, they can't help them overcome those blockages to communication when a child wants something that they can't have, or when they're frustrated because you can't understand them. And all of those times that are causing you worry, are causing you to not know how to help your child. And what I do is I help parents know how, know exactly what to do to be able to help your child start to use words and give up the behaviors that they don't need anymore, the things that don't serve them, as they say in the energy world. Because, oops, windy, because kids who have late talking tendencies, you know, kids who aren't using words to communicate, prefer to use other things. They don't like using words. And you as a parent are the only ones that know your child well enough to be able to help them overcome those blockages and start using words. Now, I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm just going to tell you what it takes to get with me and get with this program. And, so, first of all, there is a financial investment. And the way I worked out this financial investment is based on the fact that for 30 years, I had to chase the money to do the work for the speech therapy, because I was always reimbursed by government systems and there were always hoops to jump through. But the other thing that happened was the parents were always never sure about the foundational finances, you know, what's it going to be like, how long do I have to pay and how long does it take? So I structured my program so that it's one payment. And that way you have one initial investment and you never have to pay again. And we never have to talk about money, because money has negative energy, and there's always the wondering how expensive, how whatever. We get that out of the way right away. And instead of charging by the month or by the session or by the whatever until your child gets better, I'm so confident that you will learn how to teach your child that I know this initial investment is going to be so incredibly valuable for you, and I will support you. My program supports you the entire journey. So if you run out of money in 3 months, you never have to worry about your intervention stopping, your assistance, your guidance from me stopping, because your initial investment is taken care of. So as soon as you're in the program, you're in for life. And I never let you go. As long as you do the work, as long as you follow the strategies that I give you, and you do what I tell you on a consistent basis, And as long as you and your child both meet the criteria I talk about is in the day 29 video and also on my website on wavesofcommunication.com. So if you go on my website and you look at my free class, in my free class, it tells you exactly the criteria that you need and your child needs in order to be able to make this program work for you. And like I said, if you're watching this video, you probably meet that criteria. But go ahead and look at either one of those videos. And if you watch the video on my website, you'll be able to schedule a free strategy session with me where we talk through it. And I make sure that you meet that criteria. And I make sure that my program is for you. Because if it isn't, I'm not going to sign you up. I have turned people away before because they're not ready for this program. Their child may not have physiology or cognitive ability to be able to do it, or they may not need it. They may just be able to go on and do things on their own. They've made enough progress on their own that they don't necessarily need it, and the supplemental videos on my webpage have worked for them. So what's important is that, I'm not going to stop giving support because I know that there's people who can't make an investment, because I want that to happen. But this challenge is about taking it on, not just the financial investment, but the effort of doing it. Because remember, I give you the plan, I give you the tools, I tell you exactly what to do. But if you don't do those things, then your child's not going to make progress. And I'll tell you what, sometimes those things that I tell you to do may be a little bit outside your wheelhouse. Like they may not be, like if I tell you that you need to get rid of, 98% of the toys in your toy room, or at least get them out of sight, and that's something that you're going to be very blocked and opposed to if you have 5,000 toys in your playroom and you're attached to every single one of them, then you're probably not going to be a good candidate for my program, but you aren't watching this video because you've seen my other videos and you know who I am and you know how I work. And if you are watching this video for the first time, I do recommend that you go back and watch any of the other videos. My YouTube channel is going to be linked on this right after the live, and you're going to know pretty much exactly what I do. By the time you watch my video on my website, my free class, or any of the free videos that you have, you'll know all about how I work and what I'm all about. And if you think that your child meets that criteria and you want to work with me, then you're going to be able to reach out to me. So, all right, now you know that it's not just a financial investment because you can't pay me to fix your kid. You can't even pay me enough money because I can't do it. You can, all right? But you can pay me an initial investment for the power, not the power, you got the power, for the plan, for the process, for the skills and the tools that you need to be able to do this, that are custom designed especially for you. Because this plan is not a plan for your child. And if you have 5 kids who are late talking, then you get one plan, you get your plan. And in your plan, you learn how to help 5 kids because you are a language facilitator parent, and if you have 5 late talkers, bless your heart, you need as much help as you can with strategies to get yourself organized in doing this. And if you have 5 kids and you have 5 late talkers, you probably already are a language facilitator parent, and you just don't even know it yet because you just had to work with different. And if you have 2 kids, if you have twins and you have one who is talking and one who isn't talking, if you have one child and you live all alone and you don't have very many resources around you, this program is for you if you need strategies and you want to have your child be a different child. Use communication, because the power of language, the power of having language, not only does it solve your child's ability to communicate what they want, but it also solves your child's ability to communicate and share their experiences with the world. Talk about the environment that you have, the beautiful world that you live in. Talk about the things that you share. And language is important for social, so that your kids can tell you things like, I love you, or I'll see you later, or what happened at school today. And not only is language so powerful that it meets all those needs, it actually replaces the behavior that your child's been using to communicate up until this time. So, what happens is, you get your child starts to use words instead of tantrums and screaming and pulling you places, pointing, Or even I have kids that use sounds, noises like that. They're using those things to communicate, or echolalic phrases. They're using all of those things because those are the strategies that they've come up with. When you as a parent know the better strategies, have your strategies, the ones that you know how to teach your child, then you will be able to teach your child how to use words instead. And then those other behaviors go away. So not only does your language and ability to communicate those things improves, but your behavior improves. And not only that, but your attention improves, okay? So if your child has on their educational plan, if they have goals for speech or language, this works for kids who are unable to be understood. Your child might have lots of words, but you can't understand anything they say. This program's also for you. So if you're watching this and you think, but my child does talk, I just can't understand them, it's the same. They're still using other methods to get their communication across because their words aren't working. You still can't understand their words. So it's still considered, I know it's a big giant envelope of late talking, but the deal is if your child can meet the criteria that are on the Day 29 video or my what's it called? Free class on my website. So if your child does have any of those, if your child meets those characteristics, then this program is for you, okay? So, oops, windy again, trying to protect your ears. We've had such a beautiful day here in Florida. Thank you so much. All right, so I guess the last thing is to tell you the cost. No, I kind of prolonged it and did whatever, and just to let you know, and I'm not sure why, because I think that it's an incredible value, and the wind's blowing things around and everything. All right, so the cost for the program, and here's the other thing that the universe has guided me to do. This program is a $2,500 investment, and what the universe has guided me to do, because I'm uncovering, hopefully you can hear me, I'm not muffled, so it's a $2,500 program, but until July 1st, I am offering this program to families so that you can get started now, to give you the incentive to get started now, so that you can become language facilitators now and use the entire summer to practice and refine and get your child's communication so fabulous that when you go to school, you're going to have new goals, new classes, or new schools even, ability that you didn't even know. And I'm taking $500 off the investment until July 1st. So that makes it one payment, your entire journey, to take you from now, give you the plan you need, and support you the entire way for one payment of $2,000. And that's what it is. That's what it is. And I want to put as many families in this program as I can, because in my program, families help support each other. Every family that's in my plan gets in my private group so that we continue to work. You never stop being a language facilitator. This isn't a paid and done deal. This isn't, like I said, you can't even pay me enough money to fix your kid because I can't do it. But you can. And parents have proven it. And I want to make it accessible to you. I want to make it easy for you to get, and I want you to financially get that part of it out of the way. So if you want to reach me and you want to get going for this one payment of $2,000, you can, like I said, contact me through my website, wavesofcommunication.com. The link will be in the description. And you also can contact me via private message here on Facebook, or you can send me an email at marcy@wavesofcommunication.com. And I'll get you started with your free strategy session. And in that strategy session, we make sure that you and your child both meet that criteria, that you can pretty much be rest assured that your strategies will be foolproof, because I will make sure that they work for you. I will give you the exact custom strategies you need to get your child talking. So I see there's a lot of likes, and I see Mewish is here, and Colette Porter's watching. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. Celebrating day 30 now. My future plans of live, I know you're going to see me again because I love doing this. I love getting on here. I love talking about language facilitation, and I definitely going to stand out here a little bit more often this summer before it gets too hot. So, it's bumpy around and a little bit windy. Thank you so much for joining me. And look, this video is the one that the universe made me make. So if you know somebody, anybody, who you think really needs this, okay? Now you know what the investment is. Now you know exactly everything about it. And, you know, it's open. I'm completely transparent. I'm a legit company, you know, and that's the thing. When you have the plan you need, you can do this. And I just want this to get to as many people as possible. So thank you so much for joining me, everybody. And I know I'll be back again soon, probably even this week, because I've got other topics that I want to share with you about language facilitation. But I've got to go now because I've got to get started with my newest family. I'm educating them about their plan today, and I'm really excited to see how soon they can get their little guy starting to use words. Okay, I'll see y'all soon.